Oblig on Rinse.
Yes, people, man. I'm gonna do something different for you this week. I've never done this on Rinse, actually. Usually, we just keep it straight to the sets. But this week is something particularly special. I am joined by the legendary, my personal favorite grime MC of all time, stamping that down, Big Frisco in the building.
Yes, man.
How are you, sir?
You're done now. I would say thank you for having me, but as you can see,
You're having me.
pause.
Yeah, pause.
But yeah, big up, man. You're done now.
Yeah, man. This
What are you saying? I'm really your favorite MC. Or are you just saying that because
no.
I know you said that to me before, still. But
you could look back in the archives. Yeah, I've never said that to anyone, innit?
Yeah.
And you know what? I remember, when I met you, I met Frisco in Texas, South by Southwest, and I distinctly remember saying it to him multiple times to maybe a point where I'd actually annoyed you. I remember being really waved. He's like, "Yo, Fris, man, my favorite MC, you know. Did I tell you that?" And you're like, yeah, you have told me that still. But yeah, the link up is long overdue. I'm very happy that you're here. Thank you for being there.
No problem, man.
So, because this is a special week, obviously the Familiar Stranger come out last week. Everyone, if you haven't heard that, go check that out. That's out everywhere. But what I want to do is I'm going to play my top 5 Frisco songs of all time. Some quite, hopefully some songs that you may have never heard, some songs that you should have absolutely have heard. But I just kind of want to express kind of the history of Frisco and how I got into Frisco. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 5. I guess we're going to speak to Frisco about how the tune came about, kind of the time period around it, and I guess how he felt about it at the time. So my number 5 favorite Frisco tune of all time is Raising Levels featuring Maxter. Right. Do you remember this tune?
I do. That's on Peng Food.
Yeah, that's the one.
On Peng Food, right?
That's the one.
Yeah.
It's funny, I recently played it on Rinse, and I think Maxter, I tweeted that I was playing it, and Maxter quote tweeted it, and he was saying how like that was 15-year-old him, yeah. And he would bunk school to come link you, and you ask him like, why are you not at school? And he said, I had the day off and shit. And he was just like,
yeah. But, come on, man. Big up Maxter.
Yeah, man. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play it first, and then I suppose just have a little chat about it. But yeah, this one here, Frisco featuring Maxter, Raising Levels.
Right now I'm in love with the scene. Right now I just can't get enough of the scene. Yeah, I got a couple mixtapes on the road now. I gotta get my album done for the scene. Big Frisco, a lyrical fog in the scene. This like everybody thinks they're a king. I look round, I can't see one in the scene. Man, a lyrical skeng don't fuck with the team. So fuck with the team and I'll fuck with yours. Park the mic, start smacking off jaws. One phone call, I had a hole in my pussy clock ends outside.
That one there, Frisco and Maxter.
Wow.
Raising Levels, man.
You went into the archives for that one there. Still, that's not a song that I would have thought for some reason. But I have got a lot of songs, so yeah.
You got a lot of songs, but that one has particularly stuck with me over the years. Peng Food's a great project. You've got so many good projects. That's the thing. As I was saying off camera, man, you've had a history of kind of picking up on really good young MCs. Obviously, like we said, Maxter was 15 at this point. What was it about Maxter at that time that kind of drew you to him? Like, how did this tune come about?
At the time, I was working with Always Recordings. We're just starting up. That was a label started by like one of my good friends that I grew up with. So like I was just helping out with helping out with getting the label's name out there, getting artists to come down and do stuff, and just basically bridging the gap and making the link where they were like, my brethrens were like, they weren't really in the music scene like that. They were just starting out, so, and obviously I was in the thing, so I was just bridging the gap, bringing artists through. And at the time there was a lot of young talent in the ends. Maxer weren't even from my ends, to be totally honest. Max is from East, so Do you know what? I don't even know how he ended up at Always recording, because I originally first saw him at Always. I weren't the reason why he was there. He was there through someone else.
Okay.
But when I used to go to the studio and see him, I always used to admire his hunger, and on top of me thinking that he's good, because that's where it starts, isn't it? So I've always thought he was good, but like his hunger and determination, similar to Chip at that time, because I met Chip around the same age. Chip was like 16 when I first met him, so same thing. And Chip, to be totally honest, if I'm honest, at that time, at that age, Chip was good, but he wasn't as good as Maxter was at 15. Yeah, I've always just liked working with younger artists and sharing my platform with them. Like, not even just Maxter. You've got Maxter, you've got Chip, you've got Double S, you've got Lazy, like I was saying to you before.
Yeah.
There's a few men that I've always just like I've championed. That I've liked to be like, I like to be the one to champion them. Basically.
Quite skippy flows as well. Them names.
Yeah, and obviously as well, they're like, I like to spar with them. You get what I mean? It keeps me on my toes, keeps me fresh. You get what I mean? And it sometimes you need that, man. You need the new fire, the new energy to feed off of sometimes, not to lean on, not to reach and try and replicate or anything, but just to, you know what I mean? If it's good energy, you feed off good energy.
It's easy to get complacent, isn't it?
Exactly.
I respect it. So, I'm going to jump into number 4.
Yeah.
Right? My number 4 is So Solid, Heartless, Pay As You Go.
Okay, that's another surprise, but yeah, that's I hear that.
Alright, you know what, I'm not even going to say anymore. Let's play it and we'll talk about it afterwards.
They don't know about my crew. They don't know how I do. They don't know about my flow. Us man over here, we're letting it go. So solid, heartless, pay as you 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 go. They don't know about my crew. They don't know how I do. They don't know about my flow. Us man over here, we're letting it go. So solid, heartless, pay as you 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 go.
That one there. Frisco, So Solid, Heartless, Pay As You Go. What volume is that on?
That's Back to the Lab volume 4, I think.
Correct. Alright, 2 out of 2. I respect it. So tell me about this one here, man. Is this just all about paying homage? Like, what made you kind of sit in the studio and make this tune?
That song was just like that weren't nothing deep really, if I'll be honest. That was just, I always loved the song, the beat, the actual original So Solid version. I always loved that song. So that was just me paying homage to So Solid, Heartless crew, and the Pay As You Go era. So that was just me remixing their flows and stuff. That was just me just having fun really. That was it really.
What are you saying, throwaway? Oh man,
so to speak.
See,
I wouldn't say throwaway because it was on the mixtape, innit? Yeah, it wasn't anything that I put that much thought into.
I see, that's the crazy thing about music, though, innit? Because you can have that opinion on it, and it's in my personal top 5.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
true.
I'm gonna go straight to 3. This one, it's called Dark Side.
Okay.
All right. Big fan of Dark Side, you know, this tune is hard.
Okay.
Alright, so this is number 3, Frisco, Dark Side.
Them man are on some USA thing, so me I stay UK, London slang, N15 where all the tug them hang. Don't bend up your face when you see me, be easy. Just show love to me, fam, and your wifey wants to make love to me, fam. Damn, and I'm out for the grands. West End shopping, me Richard and Sam. There's so many MCs putting out mixtapes, none of them are better than Back to the Lab. Chat to me, fam, real talk, chat to me, gang. Don't get vexed, the best I actually am. Back to the Lab volume 2, best mixtape at 07. Chat to me, man, boy, better no album, that be the plan. Any violations, get the back of the hand.
That one there. Frisco, Dark Side. Now I would ask you what volume that is, but off camera you got it wrong still. That one was on Back to the Lab volume 3.
We're not meant to be speaking about what we spoke about off camera. That's why we spoke about it off camera.
Yeah, well, I can't be giving you 5 out of 5 when it didn't happen. You get me? But no, tell me about Dark Side, man, because that is a big tune, man. I think that's one of those ones that will be widely regarded as
That's
top
why I
5.
said that one in people's mind, like original Frisco fans from a long time, like they will always say that song. But
who produced that, by the way? Because that beat is-
Sem, one guy called Semafi Jones. He's a I don't even know if he might even not produce no more. I'm not sure, but at the time he was making some cold beats. He made a couple other stuff that I vocaled around that time. And this was like around that time was like kind of my early MCing days, like when I first kind of got into it really. When I was working with Sem, and that song there just. If I'll be honest with you, bro, I can't remember what meds I was under when I made that song because it was a little while ago now. But
I mean, to be fair, bro, all of these are proper old, so it's like if there's anything that you remember from these, then I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, the other two I can kind of remember, but this would have been even before. This would have been even before those ones, I think. If I can remember rightly. But yeah, this song again, like it wasn't anything that. It wasn't like anything that was that deep that I had to think too hard to do. I wasn't the complete Frisco that I am now, that I would regard myself as now, you get me? Sometimes you listen back to some stuff and you think, right, it's like you don't even want to listen to it. You think, nah, man, I'm way better than that now. Or like my voice was different then, or whatever you get, whatever the situation may be, the case may be. So it's not that I don't like it, but that's one of the I think I've come a long way from the dark sides of what I used to. You get what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, not to say that I don't still respect it and rate it, because obviously I've done those to be where I am now, so always have to show love to those. But like I said, as an artist, and any other artist can kind of co-sign this, is like when you hear old stuff that you know now you're way better than that, you don't really want to, you know what I mean?
Of course, man. It's the same with old mixes. It's the same with old mixes as a DJ.
Yeah, but old mixes, you're clanging, probably.
Yeah. Well, not me, innit? But other people
joking,
still. I'm joking. Yeah, but even like, not even like technically wise as a DJ, more like selection wise. Sometimes I'll go back and listen to like a mix from 2 years ago, and that's not what I like to listen to anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like I've evolved eventually. Like, I mean, as the Oblig I am now, I've found my sound. I think I found what I'm good at.
Where does the name Oblig come from?
You know, I've only ever told this story, I think, on camera once.
What is it short for?
It's short for obligatory.
Okay.
I don't know if the word is obligatory or obligatory, but however you
just how we pronounce
it.
But I know what word you're talking about. Yeah.
And it was just one of them ones where, like, me and my friends liked the word, right? It's
you
like
just called yourself the name because you like the word.
All right,
that's cool.
Let me rewind it. Yeah.
I'm not slewing you for that. I'm just trying to be clear if this. That's what it is.
Let me rewind it. Yeah. I used to do graffiti. Yeah. And I used to write Omen, right? I used to write Omen.
That was your tag, basically.
My tag was Omen, and I was gonna be DJ Omen. Omen was gonna be the the name, right? And then I remember Googling Omen and seeing 1,000,001 things. And then there was a DJ Omen in like Russia who's playing techno or some stuff. So I had to scrap that. So I guess in the back of my mind I had the O. And then me and my friends liked the word obligatory. And then like we cut that word down to oblig to make it like obligatory is, you know, it's a long word. Like you can't just slip that in a sentence. So we cut it down to oblig, and we was using it in sentences.
You should have had an S or a Z at the end.
Obligs.
Yeah, obligs.
You know what? If I could go back in time, I would add the Z right now. But
Obligs or O and a dash and then bligs.
Frisco, what are you saying? You don't like my name?
I'm joking.
Be Frisco's.
I'm joking.
But nah, yeah, we just like the word. We put it into like everyday slang, and then I remember googling oblig, and there was nothing there, and I was like, right, oblig is me. This is me. This is my.
This
is my part of Google. When you search it, that's me, bro. So we locked that in, and That's it. That's how it turned into. Tell me about Frisco, actually, because I don't actually know this story. What is a Frisco?
There ain't a Frisco. There ain't a story. That's why.
Yeah, but it's not a word. So, like, where did that even come from? Like,
I jacked the name from my uncle. His name was Frisco something else. I'm gonna say what it was because it's quite funny.
what, like he's an MC, or that was like his name?
Yeah, he was like a sound man. He was an MC host MC.
Okay,
like,
okay.
Not really. You know what I mean? He had little 4-bar lyrics and whatnot. But yeah, I jacked it from him. He had a. You get what I'm saying? But
So, number 2 is "We Don't Believe You," featuring Skepta.
okay.
Okay.
Another early song, yeah. But all of the songs are like early songs.
They're early songs because I'm a big fan from early.
I hear
You
you.
know what I'm saying? So, this one here, "We Don't Believe You."
Hurry boy, stop talking, we don't believe you. Stop talking, hurry boy, stop talking, we don't believe you. Stop talking, hurry boy, stop talking, we don't believe you. Stop talking, hurry boy, stop talking, we don't believe you. Stop talking, hurry boy.
Yes, that one there. Frisco and Skepta, "We Don't Believe You." What tape is that on, Frizz?
Back to the Lab one. That was the first.
Correct.
The first
correct,
one
correct,
still.
Correct. All right, he's
That
bringing
was
it back.
early.
He's
Like
bringing
I
it
said,
back.
you're drawing for some early tunes.
For real. So, I mean, you told me a little bit off cam, but like, what's the story behind "We Don't Believe You," man? And was that Plastician?
Yeah, Plastician. Yeah.
Plastician. Big up Plastician every time, man.
Yeah, that tune was actually for Scorcher. That tune was us chatting to Scorcher basically. That was around the early. That was the beginning of the Boy Better Know movement.
Really?
That was around the beginning of that, because the movement hadn't even formed properly by that time when that song was out. But yeah, the battle between, because remember we had the dubs and all that shit.
Yeah.
Was popping off. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so all that was popping off. But this song come out like before the dubs started flying about. But obviously everyone was sending shots back and forth in songs, and this was just one of those songs. Like I was kind of new to the thing as well. So I was just riding, like I was just like, what?
What year is this?
This was 2006.
Okay. So my number 1 tune, and funnily enough, yeah, it actually just changed in the last 5 minutes. Right? While I was off camera, this was number 3, and Dark Side was number 1. Yeah. And then I was sitting here thinking about it, and I was like, really and truly, I didn't want to put this number 1 because there's 3 of you on it, right? So
Gangman mode.
Yeah. So I felt with 3 people on the tune, it kind of takes away from you a little bit, but like that was one of the first times I heard Double S. That was like Chip in his prime, and it was you kind of bringing in these 2 youngsters. Beat is crazy. I've loved this tune my whole life. You understand? So my number 1 Frisco tune, Skangman Mode, featuring Chipmunk and Double S.
Big up Blessed Beats on
Bless
the button.
Beats.
Let me prove to a nigga that I can make anybody jump, even a white man. Bite man, won't be polite man. Got eyes in the back of my head, look out for the white van. And I know enough of them don't like man, cause they know that I will lyrically highlight man. Hype man up the wrong way, I will wipe man out the game just like a windscreen wiper. Everybody knows I'm a big mic man, guys. I feel hide when the mic's in my right hand, boss up the mic.
Yes. Now that's my favourite Frisco tune of all time. Skangman Mode featuring Chip and Double S.
Interesting.
Chris, what tape is that off?
Peng Food.
Yeah, it was kind of bait. You said it at the start, but I was hoping you weren't listening.
Yeah, Peng Food.
But yeah, man, that is.
I actually need to listen to that project again. Actually,
Yo,
there's some sick tunes on there. There's some
big tunes on.
couple songs on there. I got with Black the Ripper as well. R.I.P. Black the
course,
Ripper.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But yeah, man. So Chip, Double S. That's got to be two of the most exciting youngsters like to ever come out of grime, and I call them youngsters in the sense of like there are only there aren't that many very sick MCs that were out at that age. Do you know what I mean? Like I can think like you said, Maxter, Chip.
Yeah, Dizzy was one.
Yeah, exactly. But
But yeah, there were a lot.
what was the idea about getting them on this tune together at that time?
That was around the same time as when I was working with Maxter. And yeah, I just had all this young talent around me. And that project, Peng Food, is actually a project for man to showcase the young talent that we was working with at the time when at Always Recording. So if you listen to Peng Food, most of I think maybe I got maybe 1 or 2 songs by myself. The rest are Chipmunks on it. On nearly every, if not every song, is on a load of songs. Double S is on a load of songs. Lazy's on a load of songs. Black the Ripper's on songs. Cookie, remember Cookie from So who else? There was loads of people on there, like, but it was just basically to help push Always at the time. Always was just building, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, Skengman Mode was just another one of those songs that was my own song. Skengman Mode was a song that like I had the chorus and my verse to already.
Okay.
And I just said, yeah, you know what, I think I had 2 verses on it.
Oh, what? So it was meant to be just solo?
Yeah, it was just my song, and I took one of my verses off and said, made the man them come true and do their thing. You get what I'm saying? When you got a lot of music as well, that happens. You're gonna have songs that, to me, it was just a song that I never ever intended on shooting a video to, but to the fan, they can't believe you ain't shot a video to this. This is their favorite song.
Literally.
Like, so for the artist, sometimes you can't downplay your own work and think, oh yeah, I didn't really.
Yeah, I mean that's
because
literally
to someone,
like,
it's their best song.
It's
it's
the
their favorite song.
blessing and the curse of grime flourishing at that time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you have no gauge of like which ones are really like popping unless you're.
Yeah. And that was the beauty of it as well at the same time, because we wasn't trying to follow no formula or trying to say, oh, we're trying to do this to get signed or we want to get this to get radio play or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Skengman Mode's a song that people still play now in sets. When I hear,
I'm one of them.
Do you know what I mean? I hear that song still getting played today, and that weren't the plan. The plan was just, I had this sick hook, and yeah, I had 2 verses, and I took one of my verses off, and I put Chip and Double on it, and that was it, bro. That it weren't rocket science. Do you know what I mean? The man them heard it and liked it and wanted to jump on it, and I put man on it, and that was it. I think that's the beauty of sometimes being in the studio together, like, as opposed to sending your verses and sending something over to someone, even though time-wise sometimes that is the only way. But being in the studio together and feeding off each other's energy and catching the natural vibe that's there at the time when you can't fight it. You know what I mean? Even if I didn't want to put no one else on the tune and I wanted this just to be my tune, the vibes that's there at that time, you can't go against it really. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I'm a strong believer that like having studio sessions, it has to be face to face, man. Unless like it's overseas and it's somebody like.
I mean, sometimes it can work if you're like, say for instance, like, you know, say for example, me and you're going back and forth on text or on the call, or even on FaceTime, and like we're communicating, and I send you this and you send it back and say, all right, do this, and like we're going back and forth, then it can work. Or sometimes it's just as simple as you just sending me a verse. All I need is a 16 from you. So sometimes it can work like that. But I believe like when you're making a song from scratch, it's better to be in the studio together. Yeah.
Well, thank you, bro. That is my top 5 Frisco songs of all time. Let me run it back for you real quick. Number 5, it's Raising Levels featuring Maxstar. Number 4, So Solid Heartless, Pay As You Go. Number 3 was Dark Side. Number 2 was We Don't Believe You featuring Skepta. And number 1, Skank My Mode featuring
Shout out the
Chip.
producers on those songs.
Okay. Man, put me on the spot. Okay, so
Yeah,
Raising Levels was Maniac. So Solid Heartless, Pay As You Go. I don't know who made that one. You're going to have to let me know.
So Solid.
Okay. Dark Side, Sen. Sen? Is that what you said? Sem.
S-E-M.
Okay, boom. Sem. We Don't Believe You, Plastician, and Skank My Mode, Bless Peace.
Yeah.
Okay. Put me on the spot now. Okay, so it's my top 5 of all time, but I don't want to just reminisce. You understand? We've just dropped the new album. I say we. Frisco's just dropped the new album last week. It's called The Familiar Stranger. And I've picked my top 3 songs of the album, which I wanted to run through with you. So, my third favorite was The Answer, featuring Novelist. Let me have a little listen to that. And then we'll be back in a sec.
Gangster. I'm with a Brandon smoking ganja. It's my movie, but I've never been an actor. I got the answer. I got the answer. I got the answer. I got the answer.
I used to burn off ganja till I realised that I got the answer inside. Man, show respect when I'm inside. I got inside, bad boy by nature, born in sin on a rude boy ting. Now I live right. Word is bomb when I give mine. Don't get it twisted or diss mine.
So yeah, man, I wanted to ask you about Novelist. Obviously, Novelist has been killing it for a long time, but I kind of want you to say in your words, like, what is it that made you want to put Novelist on this track?
Novelist is just an artist I've always rated. I've always respected his hustle, and I've always been a fan of his music. Really, you know what I mean? Nothing really more than that. I've always had a cool relationship, musical relationship, well, just relationship in general. You know what I mean?
Is it a thing though where, like, when you approached the project, you thought, I want Novelist on the project, or is it when you heard the song you were like, I need Novelist on this?
I wanted to work. We was due to do something from my last project, but I didn't get around to it. So we was always due to work. So it wasn't a case of this actual song. I sent him 2 songs, and the original song that I wanted him on, he preferred this one. So we ended up doing this one.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, what was the other song? Do you want to say or not?
The other song was a true hippie beat that I ended up using for another project.
Okay. I thought it was another one on here that kind of been super interesting.
No, it's a banger actually. It's actually a banger.
So why are you saving it?
Well, like I just said to you, it's for a different project. Like I just left Novelist, just left him literally, and I played him the song. He's like, "Rah, what is this?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, this is the original one that I sent to you." You get me? Because obviously I've played him the final song now, and he's like, "Rah, this is mad." Still, I'm like, "Yeah, this was the original one." Still, you get me?
Hearing that.
But yeah, like so, I sent him the 2 tunes, and this was the one that he took to. So I was like, "Yeah, cool, let's keep it moving."
So speaking of keeping it moving, I'm gonna go to number 2. My number 2 favorite song on this album.
Your number 2 favorite song or your second favorite song? It's alright, man.
My second favorite song. All right. Big Bro.
Yeah.
Featuring Mez.
Yes.
All right. Let me get into that one right now.
Never had a big bro. I am the big bro. Never had a big bro. I am the big bro. Never had a big bro. I am the big bro. Big bro. I am the. Never had a big bro. I am the big bro. I am the
the first one, I am the intro. Man, want the fade, I will push back a wig though.
I am the big bro, Babylon can't roll, I'm a disco. Just I give my brother this info. You man gotta know what you gotta use, fight your own please. I know when for you to show a face lingo. Ayo, Frisco, I saw the ting go.
I am the first one, I am the intro. Man, want the fade.
That one there, my second favorite song.
Still never had a big bro, I am
So I just corrected my English on
I
that.
am the big bro, never had a
Big Bro featuring Mez.
big bro. I am the never had a big bro. I am the big bro. I am the first one. I am
The General Sir Spiral on production.
the big bro.
Co-produced by Sir Spiral.
Ooh.
Yeah.
With who?
Me.
Ooh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
Didn't even
called
know you
me
made
and
rhythms.
yeah. What?
I didn't know.
How are you a Frisco fan and I'm your favorite MC? You don't know that I make tunes, bro.
Fan. I can't lie, bro. I didn't know that.
How?
What did you make?
What?
Yeah, let's have this conversation off camera, bro.
Yeah, cause I made Ignorant.
Yeah.
I made Ignorant. What else did I make that you might know? I made loads of tunes. Man Down.
Oh, I slipped.
Yeah, bro.
That's a slip. That's a slip.
I made Money Cool on my album, where I co-produced that as well with Roscoe.
Okay. That's a big tune.
Yeah.
I actually called you to tell you I like that tune as soon as I heard that tune. But yeah, man, Big Bro featuring Mez. Same kind of question, like what kind of gravitated you towards Mez?
Mez is another MC that I've always admired his energy. I've always rated him. And over the years, he's like, I've always admired his energy. And over the years, I've seen him like proper come together as an MC. Like I've seen him like you know, or how could I put it? I've seen him like master his thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? He's always had the vibes. He's always had the hype. But he's actually mastered his thing now, like. And he's just going ham with it now, like, and every tune I hear coming from him, I like. So, yeah, I've always rated him. And at the time when I was making it, when Big Bro was the last song that I recorded for Familiar Stranger, it was actually recent. I recently recorded that song, like, in the last couple months. And, I was just saying to Spy, bruv, I feel like, because remember my album was submitted already, but I was just saying, I feel like I need one more, man. I need like another one. I need one more. And I think I took a song off. What song did I take off? Yeah, I took a song off. I needed that more up tune, you get what I'm saying? So we done that. And Mez was in the studio at the time when we was making it. He just happened to be in the studio when we was making it. And
is that in here?
No, I was at Spiral Studio.
Okay.
But obviously the concept worked as well, obviously, because the song's about being the big bro, not having a bigger bro, and he's the big bro in his family. He hasn't got an older brother, so it worked. So yeah, that was that.
Yeah, man. I think
clockwork.
Going off like the conversation we had earlier about, you having Double S and Chip and Max there and Lazy. It's like you're picking out kind of generational talents.
Yeah. And
I would say Novelist and Mez are absolutely generational talents that are gonna like spearhead grime for a long time.
Definitely.
Definitely. I've got to big up both of them. Big fans of both of them. And I'm glad to see them on this album.
Me too.
So my number one tune on the album is Sleepless Nights.
Go on.
Sleepless Nights.
Yeah.
Produced by my guys, Jams and Jack Dat. I'm going to play that now. And we're going to have a little chat about it after. Enjoy.
So many sleepless nights, so many sleepless nights. So many nights in the cell, so many flights to the sky. So many man on the hype, nowadays man on the type. So many girls on the high, nowadays I'm their type. So many sleepless nights, so many sleepless nights. So many nights in the cell, so many flights to the sky. So many man on the hype, nowadays man on the type. So many girls on the high, nowadays I'm their type.
Yes. That is my favorite Frisco song of the brand new album, The Familiar Stranger.
Celebration thing, you get me?
That one is called Sleepless Nights.
What way?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Love.
So as I said earlier, that one is produced by Jams and Jack That. Now, as I said off camera, I believe they put that out as a free download. So I'm very curious as to how it ended up being that to ending up on your album. Like, where did you hear it? Like, what made you fall in love with it?
Around the times when Jamie was doing the Grime MCs, the Grime MC sets. I think it was the one when we done it, the one that we done in Shoreditch. One of the ones we done in Shoreditch.
Under the bridge?
No, not that one.
Oh.
The first one. I think that was the second one. The first one we done, which was like opposite Ace Hotel, down a little alleyway. Maximum played the instrumental, and I was like, "Rah, what's that?" Immediately when he played it, I was like, "This," like we was MCing over it. Everyone was spraying over it, and I was thinking, "Rah, this is a song though." Like, I don't even know if this is. Like, I'm hearing concepts and stuff when I'm hearing this song. I'm not hearing, like, you know, you hear certain.
There's a lot of space on it.
As an MC, when you hear certain bars, certain tunes, you just think of bars like Grease, but like, you know what I mean? Like, just bars start coming to you, like no brainer bars. But this one was like, rah, this one's like, this has got a bit of emotion to it. So I thought, you know what? Let me ask Max what's to do with this song here, because on the slide, like, you know, there was there, like, I would text Max, hey, you know that rhythm that you played there? What's that tune there? Give me the lowdown. What's going on for that? You get me?
So what even happens in that situation? Because it's a free download. There's the moment you kind of reach out to wanting it.
I didn't even know that it was a free download. I didn't even know it.
Yeah, from early, like that was on their website, because obviously the sample is Can Kick on the lookout.
Yeah, so I didn't even know it was a free download. All I knew is that Maximum played it on the set, and I liked it, and I asked Maximum, and he said, yeah, Jams and Jack that made that. Boom, I followed at them to say, yeah, like, what's that tune, man? Said, right, yeah, take it, innit? I've done taking it and done my thing on it, and that was that.
Yeah. But you've owned it though, man. Like, they were playing it on their radio show for a long time.
That's how it goes with songs though, man. Like, sometimes, like, some of the biggest songs you know to date, like, other artists had the beat first.
Yeah.
And they never had nothing for it. And someone else come and took it and made it into a hit, a banger. Like, there's songs that you know now that will go down in history, like some of the biggest songs ever. Some of them, especially hip hop songs and grime songs, some of them, a lot of them, the beat weren't their beat in the first place. Like, someone else had it first, or the producer what producers do, which I don't like, is they might send me a beat, but they've already sent the same beat to someone else. Then I might do a song on it, and then 2 weeks later, I hear the same song come out.
Yeah. And
now it's a hit, or it's a big tune, or whatever. Like, these things happen. So,
but sometimes it's like, it's like I said, you have to own a tune. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel like each instrumental is made for somebody, and it's just a question of finding that person, letting them hear it. Do you know what I mean? If you never did Grime MC FM that day, that might not be in the album, and this is my favorite tune on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird how things work like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
exactly.
my number
I might
one.
have heard Maximum play it another time later on down the line, but who knows?
But you might not have had the same reaction.
Yeah, well, I would have, because I like the song, but I might I can't recall Maximum playing it loads. Like I said, it's not really a set kind of song. Really, you can play it in a set, but it's not really. When you want to hear the dark side songs, you get what I mean? It's not really a dark side song, really, like that.
It's a lyricist instrumental. Like that's the type of instrumental
you gotta be saying something.
You gotta when you have some content to your lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be saying something over this, and that's what my album's about. It's not just about beats and me just saying bars, because we all know that I can MC, but it's like it's about what are you saying? What have you got a message on? If you have, what is it? Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, out of curiosity, that's my number one. I did ask you this earlier, but I'm gonna ask you it while the cameras are on. Do you have a favorite tune? Like, or if you don't, like, at the moment, what are you feeling the most?
At the moment, probably, like I said, I don't really have a favorite off of the album. But if we're talking at the moment,
right now,
it will probably be a between Big Bro, half full and half full, half empty, and Money Cool.
Money Cool is a banger. You know what I really liked as well? That was almost number 4. The first track on the album, I forget the name.
Froggish Ruggish.
Yeah, but it was like,
even Froggish Ruggish, that's up there as well.
You know what? Yeah, I love when people make albums, right?
Yeah.
And they introduce an album in the correct way.
Yeah.
Because like from when I heard track 1, Thuggish Ruggish, I could tell this was an album.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, let's say you'd put Sleepless Nights number 1. It's a banger, but it's not an introduction to anything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, Thuggish Ruggish is an actual introduction to a project, and I really appreciate the fact that you put that there.
Yeah. Respect,
so I can't play that now because it's not my top 3, but I recommend you go check out Thuggish Ruggish, and I recommend you go listen to this whole album, man. The Familiar Stranger, out now, dropped last week. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for letting this happen. And you know what, yeah? I haven't done this before. I've never had cameras on my face, doing interviews, doing this and that. Like, more time I'm just a set man. Music, let's do music. But I had to make an exception for you because this is a special moment for me. You get me? So this is the first time I have been an interviewer on camera.
Is it?
And I've got my favorite MC.
Yeah.
With me. It's mad, isn't it?
All right.
I hope you lot enjoyed it.
Yeah,
if I've been a waste man, don't slew me in the comments.
You done good, bro. I thought you'd been doing this, bro.
Nah, I do not do this. I do not do this.
You've been doing this.
I'm a set guy and I go home. That's it.
You sound like you had the questions there. Was you freestyling?
You know the funny thing is, yeah, it's my producer Freddie, innit? And when I arrived here tonight, he says, "You got any questions prepared?" I said, "No." Everything that we've said is just freestyle because I knew every tune that I've played is an actual tune that I like, innit? Like I really, so I don't need to prepare what I'm gonna say for it because when I hear it, I'm gonna know what I want to say.
Yeah,
but thank you, bro, for being there, innit? Like
cool,
I said,
man.
that's it. And that's it, man. Thank you for watching. You get me? I hope you enjoyed it. Boom.
Oblig on Rinse.